The Red Dress Case, Chapter 3, Smoke behind the door. The door creaked open, spilling a thin slice of yellow light across the carpet. I kept the Colt steady, breath flat and ready. A figure filled the doorway, tall, shoulders like brick walls. His face stayed hidden under the brim of a battered hat. He didn't speak, just stood there, the smell of damp wool trailing in. The man in the chair whimpered, head sagging as if death itself had walked in. I shifted a step to the side, giving myself an angle. The Colt's barrel gleamed, hungry for answers. "Who sent you?" I barked, voice cutting through the stale air. The stranger lifted his chin, shadow peeling back from sharp cheekbones. He looked like a man who chewed nails for breakfast. His eyes burned, cold and hard as Lake Michigan in winter. Instead of talking, he reached into his coat. I tightened my finger, ready to end his secrets early, but he pulled out nothing but a silver case of cigarettes. He struck a match, the flame dancing like a devil in his hand. Smoke curled between us, lazy and thick. "Careful, Seamus," he muttered, lips curling around the cigarette. "You don't know what room you've walked into." His voice carried the weight of someone who'd buried plenty of men. The prisoner in the chair coughed, bloody and weak. "She brought them," he rasped again, eyes rolling in fear. The stranger flicked ash onto the rug without blinking. I smelled gasoline in his tone, danger burning close. I eased the Colt higher, leveling it with his heart. "You're gonna tell me what she's tangled in," I said. The man smiled like a priest at confession, calm and cruel. "She's deeper than you'll ever swim." A noise cracked from the whole glass shattering against wood. Both our heads snapped toward the sound. The man's grin faded quick, cigarette dangling, forgotten. Something else was moving in the house. The prisoner groaned, thrashing weakly against the ropes. "Too late," he whispered again, voice nearly gone. The stranger cursed under his breath, stepping back toward the hall. For the first time, I saw fear touch his eyes. I followed, Colt cutting a line through the smoke. The hallway stretched long and crooked, shadows crawling across plaster walls. A draft carried the stink of perfume and blood, the kind of perfume a woman wore when she wanted hearts broken and wallets emptied. We reached the end of the hall, door cracked wide like a mouthful of secrets. Light pulsed from inside, strange and sickly. The stranger hesitated, jaw tight, cigarette trembling. I shoved the door with my boot and walked in first. The room was empty, but for a single red glove on the table. Next to it sat a glass of wine, still warm with breath. The curtains swayed though, the windows were shut tight. It felt like walking into someone's memory. I picked up the glove, soft leather still carrying her scent. Scarlet, dangerous, like a kiss that cuts. The stranger muttered something I didn't catch, but I could see he knew this piece of the puzzle. "Where is she?" I growled, tossing the glove down. He shook his head, cigarette burning low. "She's everywhere and nowhere, Morgan. When she wants you, she'll find you." The prisoner screamed from the other room, raw and sudden. We bolted back down the hall, boots hammering the floorboards. But the chair sat empty now, ropes shredded and slick with blood. The window was open, curtains whipping like a flag of surrender. I leaned out, Colt ready, but the alley below was empty. Only the echo of footsteps drifted in the fog. The stranger cursed again, lighting another cigarette with shaking hands. "She's already moving her pieces," he said low. I holstered the Colt, but my hand still itched. The glove sat heavy in my pocket like a loaded secret. The house breathed around us, full of whispers I couldn't catch, and I knew this case was just beginning to bleed.